from human hair to taxpayer money, we've got all the news about things that go down the drain on In Case You Missed It. Alrighty, a new Guinness World Record has been awarded to a 225-pound ball of human hair.
Whoa.
No, Trey did not shave his back. That was not it.
Wow.
No, it was actually created by a guy named Steve Warden of Cambridge, Ohio, who combined hair clippings from his salon with donations from an Orlando Comics convention. By the way, Keith, that explains all the blue and the green hair.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
The ball.
Exactly. And pink.
He even gave his hairball a name. He calls it Hoss.
Hoss the Hairball.
I think he should have
There's
called it...
There's a country song there somewhere.
Well, I think he should have called it Harry. That would have been a better name for it. Anyway, Steve said he made the giant hairball for the love of his kids and future grandkids. So I guess now it's going to be a family heirloom.
There you go.
See what I did there?
I love that.
Yep. He also wanted to show that if you have a crazy idea, just do it and don't worry about what other people think.
Yeah.
But if criticism does make you tear your hair out, send it to him. He can use it. All right. Well, the Travelodge hotel chain in Great Britain has had a surge of bookings after COVID restrictions were lifted. So they compiled some rather, I guess you'd say, infrequent travelers' strangest requests.
Ooh, I'd like to hear this.
Yeah. Well, one guest wanted to make sure that he had a quiet room. So he asked a staff member of the hotel to go into the room next door and sing loudly to see if it really was going to be a quiet room.
Insulation.
Yeah. Another guest asked for a child's wading pool in his room so his pet fish would have a comfy place to sleep. I guess that hotel didn't have water beds or he wouldn't have needed that. Hotels also got some requests to arrange afternoon tea with some pandas, to make the seagulls outside the hotel sing instead of squawk.
That's hard to do in Michigan.
It is hard to do that there. And also, could the hotel arrange to have a shooting star appear at 10 p.m.?
Well, of course.
Only if it's Alec Baldwin. Oh. But you would not want that. Too soon?
That was way too soon.
Maybe, could be, yep. All right, thesmokinggun.com brings us a very different kind of criminal mastermind than usual. For the first time ever, we've got a Huck's criminal mastermind who actually is a mastermind. No kidding. His name is Andrew Lloyd. He got sentenced to 4 years in prison for defrauding the government out of $3.5 million in COVID relief funds. Now, here's what's interesting. He invested the $3.5 million that he stole, and he did it brilliantly. He bought Tesla stock at $200 that went up to $1,100. And by the time the federal government seized his assets, he had turned the stolen $3.5 million into more than $16 million.
Oh, goodness.
The government made a 450% profit on his fraud.
Wow.
You know, Keith, I say forget prison. Put that guy in charge of Social Security.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to give our tax money to con artists anyway, let's give it to somebody who knows how to show a profit.
Let's make a deal, yeah.
No kidding. All right, finally, a thrift store in Denver started to reupholster a recliner. And you know what they found? A cat.
A cat?
In the recliner. Now, the cat was hiding inside the recliner. Meanwhile, the family that donated the recliner realized that their cat was missing. And they rushed to the store only to find that it had already been taken to a local animal shelter. The cat has now been reunited with the family. Although, being a cat, I think it would have preferred going with the recliner. I really do. Well, before the cat lovers start hissing out here, I'm going to wrap this up. But until next time, always remember, we read the news,